I think every single millionaire, every single billionaire, every single rich, successful person in the world has this one trait in common. I've been doing some reflecting. I've been doing some really just deep work this past couple of days. Like, there's been no one in my house. I've literally just been me, myself, and my thoughts for the past, however long it's been. And I've been studying really successful people. I've been studying my mentors. I've been studying all of my successful students. I've been studying myself almost. And one of the biggest traits that I've been able to see that has come across between every single person that I've thought of is that every single person that makes a lot of money and every single person that has put themselves in the position to make a lot of money and has put themselves in a position to be successful with things like business, none of them are scared to invest into themselves. Like, every single person that sees success understands that the only way that they're going to get to where they want to go to, and the only way they're really going to take that next level and actually improve their life, is by investing into themselves. Okay. And there's so many different ways you can look at it, right? Like, Alex Hormozy calls it the SNME 500, okay? When you have money, when you get a paycheck, say if you're still working a job right now, when you get a paycheck at the end of the month, there's two ways you can spend it. There's three ways. Or there's a load of ways, okay? So when you get paid and when you get money at the end of the month, you can either invest your money or you can spend it on leisure. You can spend it on other things, all right? And when you invest, there's two types of ways you can invest. You can invest into something external, or you can invest it internal. You can invest into the SNME 500. Okay, Alex Hormozy calls it that, and I think that's an amazing name. And you call it the SNME 500 because if every single person watching this video right now, if I ask you, who do you trust more in this world? Do you trust you or a random stock, or do you trust yourself or a random person in the world? You'd probably say, I trust myself more than a random person in the world, all right? So as human beings, like us as humans, we all know that we're all in this kind of alone, but obviously we're in it together as well. As human beings, we know that we're all in this alone. We know that the only real person that we can trust is ourselves, right? So why, when it comes down to investing into ourselves, investing into our skill set and investing into things that are going to improve our lives and improve our well-being, that we just decide not to do it? We get scared. Okay, and like I see it through tons of people. Like I've been having a lot more calls with people wanting to get into sales, different types of people. And the number one thing that I see, especially with a lot of young people nowadays, is that a lot of young people are just scared to invest into themselves. Like, they'd rather go out consecutively every single weekend and spend like £100 on a night out than spend £100 on being able to invest into themselves and invest into their skills to be able to have more money to spend on nights out, or to be able to buy more things and buy nicer things than nights out, or to be able to put themselves in a position where they can enjoy spending that money on a night out and then know that they're not going to have to go back to their 9 to 5, sweat their asses off for a week in order to be able to do the same. All right. The way I see it is, if someone can help you along your journey, and if you have someone, and if someone exists in the world that has done something that you want to do, the only way you're going to be able to do what they're doing or kind of imitate what they're doing is to learn from them and to kind of get an understanding and allow them to kind of push you on their way and, give you little gems, give you little tips, give you little tricks, etc. Like, I even think back to myself. I remember this was like beginning of the year. I invested 3K into a mentor. Literally, like, I woke up and I was like, I need to invest into this guy. I called him. I was like, yo, bro, I want to pay you money just for you to help me across my journey and for you to be in my corner. He was like, oh, bro, I'm very busy. I was like, listen, bro, I don't want you to like give me like one-to-one specific training. Like, I want you to give me training, but I don't want you to have like anything planned out or thing that, this is what you need to do with me. Like, all I simply want to do is I want to pay you and I want to invest into you to have me in your corner. And as a result of that investment, I've made a crazy amount of money from working with that guy. I've made way back more than what I invested into that guy just from his insights, just from his value, just from the tips and the tricks he gives me, just from the connections that I get from that guy, just from the ideas that he's given me to execute, okay? Investing 3 grand into that guy Even though it felt scary and even though it felt, damn, this is a lot of money to just be spending, I understood that if I want to get to his level, if I want to be able to get to a certain level in life, I want to be able to do things, I need to be willing to learn from people who are going to who have done that and who are going to be able to teach me. Okay. And I know for a fact he has the exact same mindset as well. He's got mentors that do 8, 9 figures. He pays. Okay, I've got a mentor right now who I pay £175 every single Monday because of the value that he's got, and because I understand the importance of having people to learn from and having people to help me, hold me accountable, having people to give me clarity and to kind of push me along the journey, give me help and give me guidance and make sure I'm on the right track. Okay, and that is what I think every single person is missing out. Okay, like you can either do it alone or you can do it with people. But if you do it with people, you're gonna have a lot more fun, and if you do it with people, it's gonna be a lot quicker as well. Okay, you're gonna learn a lot easier. Okay, there's two ways you can learn. You can either learn through someone else's mistakes or your own mistakes. And if you have a mentor, if you have someone, and if you invest into yourself, you can learn through someone else. Okay. And when I talk about investing into myself, like I don't want you guys to think it's just simply, oh, I need to buy programs, I need to buy this, I need to buy this. I'm talking about investing into yourself in other aspects. Like invest into your health. Invest into a cool gym membership. Meet business owners that you can speak to. Invest into good food. Invest into a good diet. Invest into cool things that are going to benefit you. Like say if you want to do photography, instead of saving up tons of money and instead of like just stacking tons of money that's just gonna sit in your bank account and gonna increase little by little, why don't you invest into a camera and then you can shoot content, you can get clients, you can get paid more, and you can double the money that's in your savings. Invest into a cool setup. Like invest into things that are going to benefit you. Now, whenever I look at things, genuinely, if I can see myself benefiting from this, and if I can see it as an ROI, I will not hesitate, as long as I can afford it, I will not hesitate to spend money on something, especially if I see it as an investment, because investments are the best thing that you can make, and especially if you're investing into yourself, the SNME 500. Okay, what you need to think is, you want to put yourself in the mindset of someone who's already successful. You want to put yourself in the mindset, like a lot of people right now, and the reason why a lot of people don't invest into themselves is because they operate from a scarcity mindset. They think, oh, what if I just spend this money and then I'm not going to have this money anymore? Like, what am I going to do? But what you need to understand is that when you're investing into yourself, you're investing into something that you're going to learn a lesson from and that is going to allow you to make more money. Okay. You need to operate from the mindset. You need to operate from like the vision of someone who makes money and someone who knows that they're capable of making a lot of money and someone who believes that they're going to be able to make a lot of money. You need to invest. You need to put yourself into their kind of mental frame and think, all right, cool. How do they operate here? Is this something that I can see an ROI in? Is this something that I can see myself, reaping the rewards from? Okay, what will I actually be able to do after this? Okay, and what will that skill enable me to do? Okay, it's going to enable me to do this. Perfect, let me invest. And when you invest, now you've got skin in the game. Now you've got buy-in. And now you're kind of forced to work hard. Like for me right now, say if I wanted to give up on business, say if, I had a really hard couple of months and I wanted to give up on business, it wouldn't make sense. The amount of money I've put into business, the amount of money I've invested in, and the amount of money, the amount of time, the amount of skin I've got in the game, I'm all in. Do you know what I mean? And it's kind of like forced me to be committed. When you invest into yourself, when you invest into other people, when you invest into your skill set, when you invest into the SME 500, your skin is in the game and like it's kind of like, nah, I have to make this happen. And if it's something that you really want to achieve, you should really like that feeling. You should be chasing that feeling of, right, no, I have to make this happen. Because that's what's going to, guess what? That's going to make sure that you make it happen. Because you have no other choice. Okay? For me right now, with all the time, all the blood, all the tears, all the sweat that I've put into this online business, sales, everything, I can't give up. I can't go back to work in a normal 9 to 5. Because there's way too much at stake. And I love that feeling. And every single person watching this video should have something that wakes them up every single day and like tells them like, yo, listen, I've got to lock in, I've got to work hard because I've invested into this. I've invested my time into this. I've got to make this work. I'm not going to quit. I'm not going to stop until I make this work. And that is how you, as a young person, you see the success that you're looking for, okay? Stop being scared to take action. Stop being scared to take risks. Because at the end of the day, if you don't take risks, if you don't take action, another year's, 1 month's going to go by. 2 months going to go by, 3 months going to go by. Oh, all of a sudden it's 6 months, half a year's gone by. All of a sudden a year's gone by. All of a sudden another year's gone by, and you're however old you are, you're 2 years old, and you look back and you're like, from since then, what's changed? I'm still working this 9 to 5. I'm still unhappy with life. I'm still unhappy with the things that I'm doing. All because you were scared to take action and you were scared to take the risk that you knew. Obviously, it was nervous, and it was something that it brought a lot of nerves to you, but you knew it was the right thing to do. Okay, you can't be scared to take action. You can't be scared of change, because if you don't change, nothing changes. Nothing changes and nothing changes. Okay. So you need to be the type of person that can look at yourself and be like, all right, cool. What type of life do I want to live? Okay, cool. I need to take this certain amount of action. Even if I fail, I'm going to learn and I'm going to know what to do. Okay. And it's kind of like life experience. Like, I genuinely believe the universe and God does know who deserves the results, as long as they put in the work. And, the universe, God, whoever you believe in, if they look at you and they're like, this guy's not doing anything, this guy's not taking action, this guy's not betting on himself. Like, why should I bet on him if he doesn't bet on himself? Guess what? You're never going to be able to achieve the heights in life that you want to see. Okay, so take action. Okay, understand that if you want to be successful, there's a certain standard that you need to operate at. There's a certain level of belief that you need to have, and just go out there, absolutely smash it. Okay, you guys take care. I'll catch you soon.